Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Caldwell-West Caldwell Board of Education regular public monthly meeting. Today, Monday, August 24th, 2026. Tonight, the board met in executive session at 5 o'clock p.m. in the superintendent's office. The purpose of that meeting was to discuss personnel, litigation, miscellaneous, and old business matters. That meeting has been advertised and is in compliance with the Open Public Meeting Act and NJSA 10:4-6, also known as the Sunshine Law. The matters discussed will be made public when confidentiality is no longer required. And formal action pursuant to said discussion shall take place only at a meeting to which the public has been invited. Tonight, the special public monthly meeting is taking place at 7 o'clock on the dot here in the Harrison School Gym. The Board of Education meeting will be streamed live, but all community questions and comments will be welcomed here in person only. The Caldwell-West Caldwell Board of Education regular public monthly meeting is also in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act and NJSA 10:4-6, also known as the Sunshine Law. Notices have been sent to the Progress in Caldwell, New Jersey, the Star Ledger in Newark, New Jersey, and Tap Into West Essex. Notices have also been posted at the Board of Education Business Office, which is located in the Harrison School Building, Gray Street, West Caldwell, and have been delivered to the clerks of the Borough of Caldwell and the Township of West Caldwell for posting. Brian, can you please take the roll?
Yes. Mr. Diambola.
Here.
Ms. DiMartini.
Here.
Ms. Landolfi Jefferson.
Here.
Ms. Smack. Ms. Grosso.
Here.
So we have 4 voting members present. We have quorum.
Great. Can we all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Brian, are there any communications for the board?
There were none.
Okay, then we'll pass it to Dr. Fenari.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, members of the board, and welcome to our August board meeting. It feels like summer has just come and gone. I can't believe it. So just have a couple of things this evening. One is to just say that this has been an extremely busy summer. We had our ESY program that was very successful, run by Mrs. Madara and her team at the Harrison School Building. Students had the opportunity to engage in learning activities with their teachers, both in the classroom and out of doors. And these activities were specifically crafted to meet the needs of our special needs learners. We had some really crazy weather. And at one point, even the day that there was the tornado warning,
Yes.
and everybody was very scared, but everybody's fine. But one thing that we notice is that we also have to, and this is part of our strategic plan too, one of the things that we notice that we have to consider when we're talking about our safety and security plans is times when school is not in session proper. So when we have teachers in different buildings for summer programs, when we have other programs running in our schools. So we've built into our strategic plan some activities that are going to be working around that aspect of security as well. So, every time you encounter something that's not covered by that plan, we want to make sure we fill those gaps. So I just wanted to make sure you were aware of that. We also have, as you all know, we've got referendum and non-referendum projects going on in 6 of our 7 facilities. And it's been a busy summer. So Mr. McCarthy and I have been touring the schools and getting an update on projects, and we'll be sharing a lot of that both with the Finance and Facilities Committee and with the board as a whole. And we'll also be posting updates to our district website so that as we talk about things at board meetings, the reports will go up on the website for the public so that anybody who misses our meetings will still be able to stay involved in knowing what's going on and where our schedules are. We're really excited about some of the developments for these projects, just walking through and seeing the potential, because they're not done yet, but they're getting there. For the STEAM facility at the high school, for example, it's going to be spectacular. The HVAC in the middle school and the high school is going to really be a game changer, I think, for large group activities and also events that are held in both of those rooms. We are looking at, every time we walk through a building, there's something else happening. So we went through each of the schools and we're able to see where the security vestibule progress is, because some of our schools were just getting upgrades and others are brand new. So that lobby by the Performing Arts Center at the high school, for example, looks very different now than it did before. And so the security vestibule project there is moving way down the track. Some more subtle changes, for example, at the middle school, the vestibule was already in existence, so it's getting a little spruce up, but it's certainly not getting the kind of redevelopment that will happen at, say, a Wilson school or at the high school, where they're completely new. So you'll see, as parents and students come back to the schools, you'll see all of that happening. The 2 roof projects, yeah, they're moving along. I know that there were a couple of, not delays, but I think there were aspects of those roof projects that we had to work out some of the kinks between the solar and the roof companies and all of that. And congratulations to Mr. McCarthy, because he was able to make it all happen. And Mr. Marcel and his team are really doing a great job of getting all those projects monitored and underway. And people who are keeping an eye on the field project over at the middle school, you know, the last time I saw it, it was a big dirt field. I'm not they're moving along. And that's not our project per se. It is the township's project through Green Acres, I believe, right? But it's right there, and so we're also trying to cooperate very fully with what's going on there to ensure that the town and the community, both Caldwell and West Caldwell, have the opportunity for Little League to have that space for them. I just feel as though I've interviewed more people this summer than I thought we would be. We have so many of our teachers who we had about 6 or 7 retirements. We also had some staff members who are out on leaves of one type or another. So between leave replacement teachers and replacing people for retirement positions, and just moving people from place to place based on program, we've had a lot of activity in the human resources and personnel area. And you know what? I know that there are teachers out there looking for jobs, and there are school districts out there looking for teachers. So, you know, I hear about this shortage, and I know that there is a shortage, but I think some of it is about connecting the people who are looking and the people who are hiring. So we try to collaborate with the colleges and universities who's graduating from specific programs that might be able to fit our needs. We also look at, we know that there have been districts that unfortunately have had to let some other staff members go. So, you know, our positions, for the most part, are filled. We have a couple that we're still working on, but we're getting there. We have a week. But we've been pretty fortunate there as well. And I just want to say thank you for having me back this year. This is I'm really happy to be back with you again. And I can't believe we're going to be welcoming our teachers back on the 1st and our students back on September 2nd.
Yeah. Any questions for Dr. Funari? Anybody?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, just from the board perspective, president's report, yes, we're thrilled that Dr. Funari is back for her 2nd year. That being said, tonight the board met with a superintendent search consulting firm, and so you'll see tonight on the agenda we will be hiring Ms. Kathleen Hellowa, educational consultant. Her firm, which really is comprised of herself, will be conducting our search for the superintendent. So after tonight, she will be officially hired and under the employment of the district. She's an amazing person. She has conducted well over 50 searches, very well known, very reputable. The way we found her was that last year when we were conducting, or gosh, is that 2 years ago, whenever we were conducting our search, initial search, she emailed me offering her services. I'd love to meet with the board. At that point, the board was determined to do the search themselves, which we felt very good about, but we also feel that we have 1 year left. When you hire an interim, they're really under a 2-year contract. That's really what they're allowed to stay for. And we want to make sure that the search yields a good result. So we feel like we are not beyond needing some help, and so we feel good. We met with Kathleen tonight. She's lovely. She's on the agenda. We'll be hiring her. I will also, since it's just Brad here tonight, which we're thrilled to have you, but because it's summertime, I don't want it to slip under the radar, so we'll be announcing this again at the September 14th meeting. Just to call that to attention and make sure it's on the record. And other than that, September 1st, we also just discussed in conjunction with what Dr. Fenari was saying, Danielle and I are Finance and Facilities Committee, and so after the teacher convocation on the 1st in the morning, we will be touring all of the buildings to see the progress on construction, so that we can then update the board as to how everything's looking firsthand. Okay? And that being said, that'll have to do it for the President's report. We're not going to have any committee reports tonight, so we'll move directly to the approval of minutes. Sound good, everybody? So
great.
if I can just have a motion, please.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, so Brian, that's to approve the minutes, and if you could take the roll when you're ready.
Yes, Mr. Diavola.
Yes.
Ms. DiMartini.
Yes.
Ms. Landolfi Jefferson.
Yes.
Ms. Grosso.
Yes.
4-0, motion carried.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll go open up to public comments on agenda items only. Public participation shall be governed by the following. Participant must be recognized by the presiding officer and must preface comments by an announcement of their name and address. Statements are to be limited to 3 minutes duration. Participant may speak no more than once on the same topic until all others who wish to speak on that topic have been heard. All statements shall be directed to the presiding officer. Boards use the public comment period of the meeting as an opportunity to listen to citizen concerns, not to debate issues or enter into a question and answer session or a cross-examination between the public and individual members. Please be aware that not all issues brought before the board will be resolved this evening. Boards may respond to public comment by seeking additional information or by delegating the authority to investigate the issue to the superintendent or her designee. The presiding officer may interrupt, warn, and/or terminate a participant's comments if they exceed the allotted time or are objectively obscene. Participants may be civilly liable for any obscene, defamatory, or slanderous statements made during public comment. Brad, do you want to talk to us about anything on the agenda tonight?
Sure. Can I ask a question from here? Should I get up?
No, you can be comfortable, it's fine.
What's the timeframe for the superintendent search?
Sure, yeah, so I can tell you that, how it looks right now. So the way it looks right now is, September 14th, we're going to reconvene. We'll take a final look at the posting, make any adjustments, and then the posting will go out for 5 weeks, from September 25th roughly to November 2nd. After that time, on the 14th, the board is going to pick the dates, so we'll meet the week of November 9th to see the initial pool that the consultant pulls together for us, to decide who we want to see from that pool. Then round 1 will take place the week of September 16th, again, loosely. Round 2 will take place the week of November 23rd, and then the final third round interview will happen either the week of the 30th or the week of December 7th, with an appointment somewhere around the February 16th board meeting, because that will give time for negotiations, for reference checks, et cetera, et cetera. So we're hoping, ideally, don't hold us to those exact weeks, but ideally looking to find someone and appoint in February for a July 1st start.
And how many candidates did you have last year?
I'd have to really, I don't want to answer, I'd have to go back and look at it, yeah. I'd have to go back and look at it.
Obviously, it wasn't a ton of them, otherwise I'd imagine somebody would have come up with that.
Yeah, I think we feel that, the one thing we saw tonight, I think we'll be very open about it with Kathleen, is that she's been doing this for a long time. So it's almost like a casting director. She knows who's out there, who's looking, where people are. So she's looking at what we're looking for specifically, and a lot of that is coming from all of the extensive community outreach the board did this time last year with staff and community members. So we've given that all over to her, and she's kind of now she's listen, I know who's looking, who's not looking, where people are, they might not be happy. So she's kind of she's got a lot more resources, right? And she's going to be posting in a lot more places. So we feel pretty good about it. She's really seasoned. She's warm. She actually grew up in the area. She grew up in West Orange, so she's familiar with Essex County. And so it's great. We felt very, very good meeting her. And it's very interesting. That's why I don't delete emails. I keep all my emails because in the back of my head, I'm if this doesn't work out, we've got someone we can call. And So luckily she came, she was like, I'm so happy you guys called. So it's great. We feel really good. And she said it's about finding your person. It doesn't matter how long it takes us. We're giving ourselves a lot of time this year to make sure that we find the right person. You're welcome. And I'm going to do all this again in September. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Okay, anything else, Brad? You're good? Okay. All right, so let's move on, curriculum and technology. So Marisa, you'll do it. Danielle's not here, so if you could.
Upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, motion to approve items A through F under curriculum and technology on this evening's agenda.
Great, and can I have a second?
I'll second it.
And then Brian, whenever you're ready.
Yes. Mr. Diambola?
Yes.
Ms. Martini?
Yes.
Ms. Landolfi Jefferson?
Yes.
Ms. Grosso?
Yes,
4-0, motion carried.
and then we'll do personnel.
Upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, motion to approve items A through N under certificated staff and items A through D under non-certificated staff in personnel on this evening's agenda.
And can I have a second?
A second.
Great, and then Brian, whenever you're ready.
Yes. Mr. Diambola?
Yes.
Ms. Martini?
Yes.
Ms. Landolfi Jefferson?
Yes.
Ms. Grosso?
Yes.
4-0, motion carried.
And then finance and facilities. Oh, is that, I
Want me
guess
to
I'm
read
gonna
it?
have to
Will you
do
read
it,
it?
yeah,
Okay.
that's fine, I mean,
Yep, there you go.
I can do it, right,
Yep.
even though I'm running the meeting, am I allowed to do a motion, Brian? Usually,
think
I
so.
don't, I can do it, okay. Okay, upon the recommendation of this, I'm usually used to Danielle being here, so I'm like, Danielle! Upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, motion to approve items A through P under finance and item A under facilities on this evening's agenda.
I'll second.
Thank you, Terry. And Brian, whenever you're ready.
Yes. Mr. Diambola?
Yes.
Ms. Martini?
Yes.
Ms. Landolfi Jefferson?
Yes.
Ms. Grosso?
Yes,
4-0, motion carried.
and then finally, policy.
Upon recommendation of the superintendent of schools, motion to approve item A under policy on this evening's agenda.
And a second, please.
Second.
And then Brian, whenever you're ready.
Yes. Mr. Diambola?
Yes.
Ms. Martini?
Yes.
Ms. Landolfi Jefferson?
Yes.
Ms. Grosso?
Yes.
4-0, motion carried.
Okay, public comments. Brad, you have anything else you want to talk to us about? You're good? Okay. The only thing I'm going to just ask before we make a motion to go, to end the meeting and to adjourn, we're not going back into executive tonight. Everyone's good with that, so we'll just adjourn here. Can we just, Brian, I just want to put out, can we please contact the township manager of West Caldwell, Ms. Baltnicki, to just get a timeline update on the GCMS field?
Yeah,
That's just the
absolutely.
one thing I would
Yes.
just want to say,
Will
just
do.
to know.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I'll have that.
Thank you. Okay. So that being said, can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? Because we're not going back into executive.
I'll make a motion.
And a second?
Second.
And Brian, whenever you're
All
ready.
in favor, aye?
Aye.
All against, nay? Any abstentions?
No.
Motion carried.
Okay, so we'll see everyone on September 14th is our next board meeting. Brad, thank you for coming out.
Thanks,
Enjoy the last week and a half of summer. That's it.
Did you get some new kicks?